Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast. And before we get started and get into the main trade that we took last week, I'm just going to quickly talk about the VIP results here from the 12th to the 16th of August. I just sent this out just now, 3.55%. You can see that these were small trades that we took on Tuesday. Monday we had, obviously Tuesday we had PPI. Wednesday we had CPI, where the trades sort of just didn't sort of match our plan, and we just decided to leave it. And then you can see the benefit of that because Thursday we just caught gold right on the money, and I'm going to go into that more in detail. But you can see that with these little trades, it doesn't really matter because as long as you keep consistent, you may get that banging trade that will just basically boost your account just with that one trade, and that's all you need. Because look at that, we placed the trade. We did get some losses in here. I know, just to be sort of clear, there may be some people in VIP saying that, yo, he's got more losses, bro, than that. What's going on? Was he lying? But we made 0.5% on the first attempt, and then we lost 0.25 on the second attempt. So we were close to break even. So I basically just consolidated those results into one and just said we were still positive for the day. It was like close to break even. But when we do just have like a loss on a trade, and that was just on the US100, I'll mention it. Don't worry. I'm very transparent with my results. Sometimes I try to, in terms of the percentages, I try to go lower because a lot of people tend to take partials a little earlier. So it may not be represented to the individual's account, but I sort of, underestimate the results. Sometimes it might be better, but because someone's held it for a little longer. But I just put the percentage a little lower. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But you can see the main one right here, which is gold, plus 3%. This gold trade was shared on the free channel, and I know you guys on the free channel must hate me by now because look at all the messages I ended up sending last week. But it was all for a reason, because I wanted to send you guys a trade set up this week, but you can see that when we attempted this one, this tried to get up, it went into a bit of a profit, and then it was like plus 40 pips, and then we were like, can we get the all-time high? And then price went back towards stop loss and took us out, and that was sort of around about we took some profits, and then it was like a break-even sort of trade, and I was not happy with that. I was like, guess we are going to have to wait till CPI to decide what we're going to do. And then I was looking at CPI to see if the CPI can take the all-time high, but it didn't. If I go to the charts, CPI took out the prior weekly high and dropped all the way back down, and then consolidated, and it actually literally fell off the map from here. So then it just basically fell off the map here, took out the swing point. We have a sell side liquidity there, which actually it did continue. We never got a retracement, a good enough retracement for us to enter this sell move with CPI. So price ended up falling. And I was just not happy that the all-time high was so close, and yet it didn't take it. When price gets to these levels, these key levels, like key previous highs, don't think that the market has just found a double top. It's about to reverse now. It's so high. The market will still go back there. And Thursday was a day where we definitely saw that. And you can see that once price sort of gave us a retracement, I was expecting price to sort of give us a push down. Down towards, obviously this was a bit further down on this sort of analysis, but when we got a big drop from here, we never got a retracement. And just to let you guys know that this is on the 15th of August, this is retail sales. We never got a retracement, and this is why it led me to flip to this bias. Led me to flip, say instead of continuing further down, I'm expecting price to take out the previous daily low to then give us that push towards the all-time high. And you may look at the price action and you may say that, look, yeah, at first glance, a lot of eyes are trained to see something like this, where you can see that price has collected liquidity from the prior highs. Price has now dropped. Okay, let's get a retracement. Yes. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Getting confirmations. We could have entered this trade right here. And one thing I wanted to mention and clarify before I continue with this point is I'm an funded account, and I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to sort of give them any clout or anything, but I'm on a funded account, but we can't trade the news. You actually can't trade 5 minutes before, you can't trade 5 minutes after. I really need a swing account, but on this day, I was going to 100% enter. You know my strategy. We wait for that nice retracement, we get that entry, we get the stop loss above the high. We could have got this trade perfectly. We would have got a big drop with retail sales. I was disappointed on that, but I wasn't disappointed what happened after, because we managed to sort of recuperate that mistrade with that big move to the all-time high. But looking at this retail sales reaction, price went so quickly towards the downside, and it wasn't even New York session. And this is why I tell the people who watch this video, the people who are on my VIP, the people who are on my free group, I'm using New York session for a specific reason, because that's when we have the main moves of the day. Yeah, and this has been a shift in sort of the algorithm, whatever you want to call it. I've noticed that New York has the main move. It was like around about the start of this year where I noticed that there was a sort of a switch around about, say, probably March this year. You'll notice that with the news, you tend not to get the main move. You get the main move to continue at 9:30. So once we did get that, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's get into the buy, stop loss below the low. Let's see where we can go with it. And then look at that. Whew. And look at the reactions, says it all. You know, you guys must have been getting in on these trades. Absolutely fantastic. And I was still calling this to go higher, 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 until we succeeded. All-time high. Let's switch over to the charts and have a look. So you may be like, yo, looking at the structure, we've retested this area and we're just going to go low. How did you call this would be a shift to continue up? Well, let's look at it like this, right? If we zoom out, fix the chart, obviously these, hey, don't look at that, that's nothing. That's just some pre-analysis right there. Right, let's look at this. Price is now pushed down, retraced, and now collected all the liquidity below this previous previous area. This is the PDL. That was a prior daily low on that on Wednesday. Now we have a big move to the downside, and then price is now tapped into this area. If we do this from here to here, price decided to drop down to where? Close to the 50% level. This tells us that price discounted itself to get more buyers back into the market to continue to the all-time high. Price was really high over here, so there's no buyers, right? There's no buyers at this point. Hence why when price tried to take the all-time high, it didn't. It failed, and then CPI ended up sort of pushing the market down because this is where they were going to rebalance the price action. Price action is now going back into a discount so we can collect and attract more buyers. Now with retail sales, and this is what gave me the sort of mindset to say, whoa, where's it going, right? With retail sales dropping so quickly. Look, it's 8:30 right there, retail sales. If I get this working, yes, 8:30 till 9:05. In half an hour, gold dropped from here to here. It dropped 350 pips in half an hour. You don't really get that. Look at CPI. Look at CPI, right? I'll give you half an hour from here. Half an hour, CPI moved from here to here, 150 pips. That's the range, right? In half an hour, yeah, from low to high. Let's just say the most it's moved is 150 pips. It may have been zigzagging, consolidating before the main drop, which was after, but 150 pips was within the first half an hour. And that's CPI, guys. That is an inflation rate sort of result, and it was obviously a lot more investors. There's going to be a lot more volume on that result, and it basically spike, took out the high, came back, consolidate, and then with New York Stock Exchange open, price obviously started to drop, retraced, and continued its fall. Obviously, this is the whole move. If you take from here to here, it was still a 350 pip drop. It happened in 3 hours, whereas this one happened in half an hour. And I was like, interesting. This is showing a lot of momentum. Let's see if we can get a retracement. So then when price sort of gave us a retracement, I was like, it's already taken out the previous daily low. So do I want to see continuations lower at this point? No, they've already targeted the previous daily low. Price is now very close to the 50% discount level. And what do we have available? All-time high still sitting there. So the fact that the all-time high was sitting there, I'm not giving up on that. I know that for the fact that look at gold from here and tell me, why are people selling when this thing is only just moving up? Like, I don't understand. Yes, we can sell short term, but if price is like obviously really high, yes, fair enough, you can sell. But with this sort of price action, you can see right here, look what price is doing. Obviously, ignore everything in this box because that only happened after. Price is up here. It's up here at the moment. So we're just basically going to do this, move this to the right and zoom in. So this is where price is at the moment. Here's the all-time high, and price has basically just gone to this area, took out this high, and then dropped. This all-time high is still standing there. So I know that we got all of this little range here is going to be cleaned up, and then we're going to use it. We have a monthly open, which I marked as well. I wanted to see how price reacted on this monthly open. Oh, that's a bit dumb to draw that there because it doesn't go with it. On this monthly open, and look how price sat on this monthly open, and this is the 4-hour time frame. Right? You can't make this stuff up. Look, price sat there. Obviously the wicks went lower, but look, price is using this monthly open as a retest. We have a move down, price broke higher, it came back, retested the monthly open, and look at that clean move to the all-time high. And that's exactly why I still had the all-time high in mind, because I know that gold, in my experience, when it gets to these certain levels, it will go there. It just may need to charge back up. And the fact that it gave us a drop, took out the previous daily low, and then moved up very significantly from the previous daily low. Look at this big move here. A lot of people would use this as a sell. Yes, fair enough. You can use it as a sell. But for us, we ended up sending a buy limit in the VIP. And again, the links are in the description if you want to get access to right here. Potentially, ideally, we were looking for this. Yep. Okay, that's what I was looking for. But look when it actually hit. Yeah, it hit over here. So I was a bit skeptical whether to get in, but I was like, why not? Okay, so price is around here, rejecting. Okay, I'm going to enter a buy, stop loss below the low. So look at this. Entry, stop loss, around 40 pips, stop loss. I'm very happy with that sort of risk reward. Immediately, price pushed up 150 pips on the day. That was on the same day. Absolutely fantastic move. Immediately from here, and a lot of people would be what would they be doing from here? Selling, because I think price has gone down, but because the previous daily low has already been collected, all-time high is there, price has now rebalanced this out to 50%. I'm not looking for sales, guys. I was looking for buys, and that was how we ended up getting in our fantastic buy, which ended up taking us from here all the way to the all-time high, where I was happy to close at 480 pips or around about that. So it's absolutely fantastic trade. Probably a 1 to 10 if you ended up holding it, but we don't really hold, do we? You got to be realistic. We end up closing our trades because we want to take the money, and that is all fine. But again, if you're confident to hold that this was going to all-time high, you could have risked $40 on this trade, and it would have been 10 times of that, so it would have been 400. Yeah, fantastic, crazy stuff. It would have been $40 risk, 400 reward. That's at 10 times. Yes. Right, that's pretty much it. What are we going to do this week? That's the question, right? Price is absolutely flying. Absolutely, it's gone past the 2,500 mark. I love that. I was talking about that 2,500 mark, and I was saying that, that's going to be key. And the fact that we are now pushing up, what are we going to do? Well, pretty simple, really. What do we do this week? What do we do on the previous week? Price was here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Cleaned up. Thursday, Friday. So Monday gave us an idea on what the rest of the week will be like. Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, price was just retracing into the level to get ready for Friday. And that was basically when we ended up getting that big blast off to the sky. The same thing should happen, hopefully, going into next week. Obviously, I'm not going to say guaranteed because nothing's ever guaranteed. This is the key swing point for me. If price stays above this level, we are staying up. So this is the key swing point. So mark that there. Monthly opens there as well. So that should hold price. I'm expecting to see price bounce around. Obviously, I can't give you the exact pattern it'll do because I'll be, I should be a millionaire by now, but expecting price to sort of give us a retracement back into this area, rediscount and continue moving up. If I go and put this fib, for example, you can see 50% lines up with these gaps. If I use the hour time frame, we have nice chunky fair value gaps here. I believe this should be low, lower, low, higher, high. This would be your breaker level as well. So you could potentially use this as a breaker for some resistance or some support, and then you got your 1 hour fair value gaps in here as well. So you want to look for price to be rediscounted, rebalance back into discount, and then you want to sort of look for buys around this area if you get the right time. If it's a New York session and you got news to back yourself up, yeah, go for it. Why not continue this high? If this keeps falling, moving up, you could potentially look for a potential retracement of some sort, then a continuation up, and then if price ends up giving you a big drop, this will tell us that yes, price is now trying to get down towards this area, and then you can continue it even higher. So there's your sort of potential sell entry where you've got your liquidity taken from this high, and then you have your absolute displacement where price breaks structure. It's not moving up anymore. It's made a lower low. You have your entry. You can sell it. Price gets down to this key area. You look for the same thing, maybe on a smaller time frame, same thing like this on a smaller time frame in here, and you get the buy to continue up. Obviously, if trading was that easy, we'd all have Range Rovers, wouldn't we? Or we'd all have Lambos, but that is not the case. So that's pretty much it on gold here. Let's have a look at the quick news events here. So we have Wednesday, FOMC minutes, and then Friday, a speech. How does that play into our strategy? I'd expect a potential reversal around Wednesday. So hopefully we can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday push down, and then Thursday, Friday give us that continuation up. But we have yet to see what happens in this. What is going on here? I do not want to use that. I want to close it. Let's have a quick look at US30. Absolute big bullish moves here with USA. And I'm going to quickly brush onto this. I know I'm mentioning it to the VIPs, but have a look at the New York open low. The same thing happened again yesterday. On Friday, when we were watching this area, we were looking for a continuation. We have this sort of big gap. I was seeing if price wanted to tap into it, but it didn't. And what we ended up getting is you have this is your New York low. You have your New York open here. Price pushed up from New York open. What did it do? Push back down. We go to the 30-minute candle, and you mark the New York open candle. Right, I'm going to give you a quick little pointer here. Here's your New York open candle. Right there. Okay, this candle did come down just below the New York open candle. This is a very, very tough trade to trade if you think about it. Price has now filled that potential volume void gap in here. Okay, I'm going to go 15 minutes, see what happened after. Pricing continued and then rejected back up into this volume void. You see how there's no candles in this area? And it's a potential inverted fair value gap as well on the 15-minute time frame. Price is still using this as a support level. And that is why price then continued to push up from this level. If anything failed to close below this inverted fair value gap, price continued towards the Asia highs, which is where we were targeting on US30. But we didn't get involved in that one because US30 can be very, very tricky to trade, because sometimes it may look like it's going into this direction. Look at this huge wick. It may look like it could go to this high, but it didn't. It decided to say, nope, I'm just going to take all the stop losses out, stop losses at entries, all of those break evens, and then I'm going to decide to go. But how do you avoid that? You wait for the right time then. What time does it happen? 10? The drop happened at 10. When did the main move happen? 11? Yep, well, around about half 10. So 10 to 10:45 seems like the rebalance. You want to look for a good entry after New York. So I'm going to try and implement that into the strategy, because this is going to be very key. Because if I go to the day before and I have a look at the same thing, the day before you ended up having, let's see, New York right here. And let's do 10 till 11 again. Here's 10. There's 11. What was the main move to continue price all the way up after from here? You had your retest here at 10. You could have got an entry at 10.15 and you would have ended up getting the low of the day there. Well, not the low of the day, but the continuation higher. Let's go to the day before that. This is on Thursday. Let's go to Wednesday. Here's Wednesday. right? What do we have? CPI. This is a CPI candle. Just going to keep that there. We're going to have a look at this right here. New York candle is this green candle here. Green candle, New York. Right? What did price do here? And why did it go below the New York candle here and then decided to go rocket to the upside? Because again, look at that. And again, if any of you know the silver bullet, you may know the timings. Same thing happening here. 10 till 11, right there. And that's collected the liquidity. It's then shown reverse a pattern, and then it's skyrocketed. So you're getting in at the right time. We've been looking at New York Open a lot of the times. A lot of the times our trades come back towards break even, and this is what US30 tends to do. It takes you out of break even, it takes your stop loss out first, and then flies. It makes you feel like you can't trade, and you're actually the worst trader in the world. But you just got to know that price tends to do that on purpose, and you got to enter at the right time. Now looking at this, looks like the daily fair value gap's been breached here, and price should likely continue higher. And we should have noticed this, because technically when US30 does drop, it's following this sort of trend, isn't it? Look at that. The worst sort of channel, but you get what I'm trying to say. So price can continue towards the high. So I'd say for US30, I'd expect for price to continue up towards these highs. So you want to see these sort of highs here be reached here. If we want any sort of retracement, price may want to retrace first into these sort of areas. If we get that, that would be good for us, because then we can potentially start targeting for some new upsides again. And this sort of matches with gold in terms of price needs to be rebalanced, and it sort of give us a pullback and then continuing back up. That's pretty much it for the weekly forecast / breakdown. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to comment on what you sort of learnt from this video. Again, links are all in the description, and join the free channel. You may get a big swing trade, which, you know, it's about 500 pips, and that's for free. So that's pretty much it. That's always FX. Peace out.